The Pope, as leader of a country called the Vatican, gets to make laws that are valid within the Vatican and nowhere else. The laws of the Vatican do not apply on my street. I maintain a belief in the separation of church and state. I maintain this belief because it protects my church from the state. The danger of our time is not that religious people have inserted themselves into politics, but that political people have inserted themselves into religion, making entire denominations and religions extensions of party politics. I also believe that there are people of goodwill who are not bigots or homophobes or any other epithet that we may wish to use, but who genuinely feel a deep moral aversion to same-sex marriage. This does not make them bad people. It makes them moral people, even though their personal morality may differ from my own. I celebrate their conviction, and I will defend their right to practice their morality as they wish. I also do not believe that anyone's morality, even my own, should be given the force of law. No one gets to determine my morality for me, and I do not get to determine it for anyone else. I do and say what I feel and believe to be right, and I do not do or say what I feel and believe to be wrong. I also feel and believe it is right to allow others the same freedom and dignity. Finally, since I do believe in the separation of church and state, and since I do believe that it is not the government's role to legislate morality but rather ensure liberties, I accept that I can believe that something that I consider to be personally, morally wrong can still be legal for others. This means that I believe that a person can believe that same-sex marriage is morally wrong, and that person can even declare that they believe it is immoral, and that they can gather with other like-minded individuals who also believe and profess that it is immoral, but none of them have the right to stop anyone from entering into a same-sex marriage. Nobody's morality gets to trump human rights and civil liberties. Look, nobody is forcing you or even telling you you have to accept something that you believe is immoral. They are just saying you cannot stop others from doing what you think is immoral. That's why there are so many bars and pool halls and tobacco shops, and that's why there are millions of people who have never set foot inside any of them. Making alcohol legal did not force people who were morally opposed to drinking to start drinking. It just created a reality in which they got to keep not drinking while not denying anyone else the right to drink. If you think something is immoral, then don't do it. We don't need laws to legislate morality. Don't do what you think is wrong and do what you think is right, and allow others the same freedom and dignity that you reserve for yourself. Because that's how freedom and liberty works. They have to be two-way streets, or else they become dead ends. If you want to ensure you keep the freedom you have, then you have to allow others the same freedom you want for yourself. The second you limit the freedom of another while asserting your own, you become a tyrant. Your freedom includes the freedom to allow others to be free, even when their freedom offends you. And you can put that in your Bible because it's the gospel truth. Sincerely, the preacher.